See this thing? In this video, I'm going to show you how I've been using this for my Amazon FBA product and getting emails from them, getting reviews, getting ManyChat subscribers, growing Instagram, Facebook group, and growing my pixel. What's up? Welcome back, guys. Sam Brax here. And this video has been requested a lot. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I just didn't know how to, and I finally finished it now, and it took a lot of time. So I hope you watch it all the way through and take a lot of notes because there's a lot of things that you can try. Basically, in the Facebook group, I told you guys I wanted to show you how with ManyChat and a thank you card in my product, I've been getting a lot of reviews and everything else that I mentioned. So I want to show you a step-by-step tutorial on how to do that, starting with this. So I'm going to take the Onnit kettlebells as an example. I don't know why, I just thought of it, and they have a lot of content online that we can use. So assuming that this is our product, whenever customers buy it, they would get this insert card inside their product. Now I did this in 5 minutes on Paint, but just to portray the idea, and usually it's a lot nicer than this. They would get this, congrats, check the back, and then right here, get your free training videos. Here are the steps. I'm going to scan it with my phone and show you in a second, but as you can see, I'm not asking them for a review here. I'm not asking them for anything. In fact, I'm giving them something that they want. And that's a huge mistake that I did with my first product last year. In my old insert card, I used to ask people for a review and give them steps on how to review. And the result was no one did it because they buy the product, they open it, they see this, they're like, I haven't even used it. They toss it, they never see it again. Instead, once they have it in their hand, once they open the product and have this in their hand, you want to take advantage of this opportunity to capture their information, get their email or get them on ManyChat so that later, after you've given them stuff and they trust you and they respect you, then you can ask them for a review. And then at that point, they're just more than happy to give it because you've helped them so much. Again, you can make this look a lot prettier, but what this says is open your messenger. Let me do this in front of you. Step one is click on this button, and then right here, I missed that one. So make sure not to forget this button, and then click on scan code, and then you scan this right here. All right, I guess it's not working because it's black and white. Let me just do it from my computer. And then you get this message. So welcome, thank you for subscribing. Congrats on getting your product, whatever it is. Click below to get your guide. And then right here, they get a guide on how to use the product with videos, okay? Now, a few days later, you get another message. I'm gonna speed it up here to show you. So a few days later, hey Samer, we've heard from some people that from the Onnit tribe asking about how to avoid back pain when using kettlebells. Below are 3 reasons you might have back pain. Want to avoid it? Show me how. Awesome, click below. All right. And that's another guide that I give them. So far, I've given them 2 things that they're going to benefit from, and we've had some good interactions. A few days later, I send them this message to get a review from them. So I'd love to hear how your experience was. Again, I'm using Onnit kettlebells as an example. If I say haven't used them, it just says no worries, let us know if you ever need anything. If I say I like them, then awesome to hear. Would you mind taking a few seconds to review? Click below. And then this takes me to my Amazon order, which I'd have to sign in, but I'm not signed in now. And then if I say I don't like them, then it says, sorry to hear this. Would you mind telling us whatever. And then it notifies me to go talk to them. So what I want to do is jump into my computer and show you exactly how I built this whole system. And I simplified it a bit here to show it to you, but I want to show you all the steps because I think last month in March, I got about 25 reviews from this. And this is something that I set up once and I forgot about. And then I'm just getting organic reviews every day almost. So make sure to take a lot of notes and ask me questions in the comment section below or in the Facebook group, which I'll link in the description below. Enjoy. All right, guys, before we get started, I just want you to understand that this is very specific to what I'm doing. So I wanted to do this video to share what I've done so that you can get inspiration to apply it to your own business, not so that you can copy this. So please don't copy it because it might not even work for you the same way that it's worked for me. But understand why I do certain things and then apply it to your business. So please don't copy it. I mean, you can copy it, but then you're gonna see that it might not work for you. So this is the one that I'm using now. This number shows the opt-ins. It's a bit weird because of the nature of the growth tool. But as you can see, 146 people have opted in out of, I think, under 1,200 in sales. So 1,200 units sold, 146 people opted in, over 10%, which is not bad at all. I'm trying to improve it, and I'll let you guys know how it goes and how I improve it. So let me show you how to create this. And if you're just starting, this is perfect for you. If you haven't sold anything yet, it's perfect because this happens way before you even order your products. So this step happens when you've chosen your supplier, and then you're sending him the box to design, the box to print, and then the card to print as well, because this is going on the card as I showed you. So if you haven't started, this is perfect for you. If you have started, then this is perfect for you to prepare for your next order. So to do this, you're going to go to Growth Tools right here on your ManyChat, and you click on New Growth Tool. So you're going to do a Facebook Messenger code. This is what they scan, like I showed you at the beginning. Now, if you want to do both a code and a landing page, you can definitely do that. So what I'm doing next with my order is having the code as I did before, but then also having a landing page where I can do something like, let's say, samerbrax.com/ebook, and then it reroutes to the landing page. And then I put that on my card as well. In case someone doesn't want to do this or gets too confused with scanning, they can have the option to just type up the landing page and make it super simple to type up. And I heard a rumor that Facebook might stop allowing these codes by August. I haven't looked into it yet, but if it is true, then this would be your solution, so don't panic. All right, so Facebook Messenger code. So this is the default message that you get. So to change this message and the whole flow, click on Edit. Go to Flow Builder. If you understand this, then go for it. But I always go to Flow Builder and build it from there. I don't even understand how people do it from the other way. So you click on this. So welcome first name. It's going to be like, welcome Samer. Thank you for subscribing. The next post is coming soon. Stay tuned. P.S. If you ever want to unsubscribe, just type stop. I've actually kept this the way it is because I want people to know that if they get annoyed, they can stop it. Because the alternative would be if they get annoyed, they might leave a review annoyed. So I give them an option to stop this. So there's no button here to click, but what you can do is click continue to another step, choose next step, perform action. So if they scanned it, I mean, they obviously bought it. And anyone that lands on this message obviously bought the product. So let's add an action that labels them as bought on Amazon. All right, so now you can look back into your list and see everyone who's actually bought your product from Amazon. And as you saw, it was 140 something there. So it was sent to 140 people and 95% of them clicked, which is a huge number compared to emails, compared to whatever else. Everyone clicked because obviously they all scanned it and then they just got the thing that they want and they clicked on it. So right after that, I want to send them a message that, well, actually, let's put a delay of 3 seconds. So this shows 3 dots as if someone is typing. And then I go like, congrats on getting your whatever it is that they got. Click below to get your guide. And I like to put these emojis to make it prettier. And guys, if you want, there's this awesome Chrome extension that I use. It's called Emoji One. I just click on Alt Q, choose the emoji, and then it auto copies it, and then I just paste it here just to make your life easier. So this button that they click should be something that takes them right to the website. Open website right here. So what are you going to put here? Usually you have 2 options, or you have a bunch of options, but one of your options is to ask them for their email and then send it by email, or to just direct them straight to a landing page where your guide is over there, or you can have them click this and it downloads a PDF. So whichever way you want to do, you prefer to do, you can do that. But my opinion is that I don't want to get their email yet because I feel like it's like, scan this, now click here, now give me your email, now go check your email, now click on your email, now get your guide. I feel like it's a bit too much and it's just annoying. So this part, I have it as a landing page. And the reason that I have it as a landing page and not a PDF is because I can pixel the landing page. And then I'll show you now, in the landing page, I can actually ask for their email. Like I said at the beginning, I'll be taking this product as an example. I found on their website, they have this right here, and it's a full body kettlebell workout for beginners, which is perfect for what we want to give them here. So they scan it and they get this full beginner's workout, and it's just a bunch of videos. So you would take this link, and if you're wondering how you can do this yourself, you can create a landing page on ClickFunnels or whichever other landing page tool that you use, and then you just put a bunch of videos together and you put them on that page. And then you can pixel that page. And I'm actually doing a video right after this one where I'm showing you exactly how to do that, how to create a landing page and do all that stuff. So if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe and to click on the bell to get notified when I post. So you'd create that landing page the way I'm going to show you next time, and then you take that link, you put it right here, and then you change that button and it says get your guide, for example. You want it to be a call to action. A lot of people are not that smart with, using this technology or just using phones at all. And sometimes they reply and they say, yes, give me the guide by typing it. So by saying click below and by having a call to action here, it makes it easier for them to understand that they need to click get your guide. So I try as much as possible to tag whatever the customer has done so I understand what's working in the customer journey and what's not working and where they left off, or if I want to retarget them with anything. So let's say here, perform action, add tag, and then I would say something like got beginner's guide, for example. So now you can go back and see everyone that got it and everyone that did not get it. So depending on what you promised them with the card, whether it's only the guide or not, you would do all of that here in the first step. If you said, I'm going to give you a discount and a guide, then you would, let's say, put another delay and then put another message giving them the discount code. Now the discount code, I've been giving people that manually. So every time someone asks for it, I go and create it for them. But I just found this thing and it's called seller.tools, which you might have heard of it. I had heard of it before, but never used it. But apparently they have something new where through ManyChat, with that tool, they can automatically create a coupon code for it. So if you want to check it out, I'll link this below. You can actually just scroll down right here, coupon code distribution, and you can see exactly how they do it, and you can just copy it. I'm going to come back to this later, but I haven't tried it yet. If you guys try it or have tried it, let me know, but I will be trying it soon. So back to this. So they get the guide, and remember I told you that I also collect emails from the guide. The way I do it is, let's see. You see how it says sign up here for the On It newsletter right here? Instead of having that here, what I would do is I would put it here and I have it, be much bigger. The call to action would be something like, give us your email so we can send you a PDF version of this, which you can print and take it with you wherever you want, for example. A lot of people do it and a lot don't. It's just one option for you to collect emails, and we'll have other options as well later in the funnel. Again, I'll be showing you all of this in the next video when I do the landing page video. All right, so let's move forward. So they got the guide by clicking on this page, but let's say that you wanted to get their email before getting the guide. You can do that here. It's very simple. Let's say send a message. Assume that this was the same one right here. Instead of having this one, you would remove this and you would click on user input, click on this, and then you would click on email. You would write something like put your best email below so we can send it to you. And what's cool is that if you actually do this, ManyChat will send them that message and it will pull up their email here so they can click it. So it says this and then it says something like samer@gmail.com, and they can click it if that's their actual best email, or they can just write another email. The problem is, if they never reply to this, then you can't really move forward. So let me show you. Right here, after they get this, my suggestion would be to give them a bit more value a few days after before asking them for anything. So they got the product, they got the guide, they're happy, but let's make them happier. And the way to do this is they clicked on this, nothing happens, but if you click on continue to another step, you can add something called a smart delay. Now you can do days, you can do minutes, you can do hours. Let's say you do 3 days, and then I click here. I make sure that the time limit or the time is between 8 a.m. and 10 p.m. You don't want to send them a message when they're sleeping. They probably won't see it. Then you can click choose next step, or you can just do this right here, send message. Now comparing these two, where this one they click to get the guide and this one they give you their email, if they never give you their email and they never respond to this, then it never moves forward. So then the flow stops here. Now if you do want to do this, let me show you how you can actually bypass that issue. Then what you would do is you would have a message in between, let's say right here. you put something with a button. So you can get more creative than this, but let's say you do something like, would you like to get a, what is this? Oh, and then click on yes, please. So when they do that, we take them to this message. But like I said, if you want to make sure that they get the later messages, even if they don't leave their email here, then right here, you can continue to another step, and then you can send it to something like a delay like this one. Okay? What this means is that they click yes, please, and then if they leave their email, something happens, they get it, whatever, and then nothing happens after this, but 3 days later, it goes right here, and then it goes to the next messages. And if they don't leave their email here, the flow doesn't get stuck here because 3 days later, it goes from here to here. I hope that makes sense, but I just wanted to show you a workaround in case you wanted to do the email option. So we're back to this. So 3 days after that, I send them this message. So at this point, you want to give them something else that they actually want. And how do you know what they want? You just listen to whatever complaint they might have, whether from you or from other people. You can look at reviews, or if you're getting messages, try to find something that people actually want or these customers actually want and give it to them. So I looked at on its website and I found this. So it says 3 reasons for kettlebell back pain. And I thought it'd be perfect because I'm assuming the customers that are using these are getting some sort of back pain and are complaining. And to solve that, they created this guide to help them stop getting that back pain. So they have a problem, here's a solution. They're happy. So I would be like, hey, we've heard from some people from the On It tribe, and that's what they call themselves, the tribe, I think. And it's a nice way to create a sense of community. The On It tribe, the On It family, whatever it is, asking about how to avoid back pain when using kettlebells. Below are 3 reasons you might have back pain along with solutions to avoid it. So here I'm going to add an extra step that we did not do before. So first, show me how. And the second step would be more information. Now the reason that I put this, again, this is all something that I've done for my own brand. It can all be different. I just want to show you my personal thought process. The first guide that we gave them is something that they actually want because they opted in. But with this one, they did not ask for it. We're just giving it to them. So they might not be as excited to get it. For that reason, I add more info in case they just need more information to understand why they need this. From my experience so far, not many people have clicked on more information, but it's good to have. Also, because they did not ask for this, a lot of people might forget to click on it because they probably see it when they're not ready for it. As in, they might be at work, they might be running, they might be driving, and they might look at it and want it, but then forget to get it. So I want to show you how to retarget those people that do not click on any of these. So let's do this step by step. So if they click on show me how, I perform an action. I always want to tag the person wherever they are in the journey. And I want to know that they replied to back pain message. This way later I can target whoever did not reply. And then I give them a message that says, so awesome, click below to get it. And then right here I click on get the guide. You can even add emojis here. So something like muscles, since it's a workout type of thing. Open website. And then this website, I've personally made it a bit different from the first landing page. So remember, this one had the videos and then they had the option to get the PDF. With this one, the way I've personally done it, if you look at this right here, mine shows up a bit more like this. So for example, it would say, want to avoid back pain with using your kettlebell? Here's a solution. Put your email below to get the PDF guide, for example. They put their email and then they receive it. This way, I'm guaranteed to get their email if they're actually interested. And like I said, I'm going to show you in the next video exactly what that would look like and how to create it, and then how to automate the emails from there. Because I'm sure you guys don't want to sit down and email every single person. So it's all automated. You set it once and then you forget about it. So let's say this was the landing page. You copy, put it right here. Done. Again, you want to tag them that they got the back pain in case you ever want to go back and check. Got back pain guide. So here they replied to the message, here they got the guide. But let's say they click on more information. You also perform an action and tag them as they clicked on it. And then You can add a delay. So this shows as 3 dots as if someone's typing. You can even add an image. So let's say we take this photo over here with the text as well. You can put an image right here. So that would show up. I would put it here. And then you'd say something like, so in this guide, we show you 3 reasons you might feel back pain when using kettlebells, such as the example above. We'll also show you exactly how to avoid them. Click yes if you are interested in learning more. So you should give them the problem, and then you have the solution. And if they want it, they need to click yes. And then you give them an option to say no thanks. If they say no thanks, you can just be like, no worries. Let us know if you ever change your mind, and we'll send it. And if they say yes, it takes them right here, and then awesome, click below to get it, get the guide. So now, like I said, we want to retarget them in case they never click on any of these. So what you would do is you can add right here, go back to this one in case they never click here. You continue to another step, and like we did before, you can add a smart delay of let's say 5 hours if they're at work, maybe after work, and then you want to make sure that it's during these times. So 5 hours later, you would put a condition, and this is an if statement. So the condition, if they replied to the back pain, then if yes, do nothing. If no, then send them a message. And then with this message, you want to be, the tone would be something like, hey, don't mean to bother you, but in case you wanted this and forgot about it, here it is. Just wanted to check up and see if you wanted the guy to help you, again, helping them avoid back pain when using kettlebells. If so, click yes, please below. I mentioned this again because maybe the first time they did not understand that they need to click, so now they better understand it. So yes, please, or more info, or at this point, just no thanks. They click yes, please. It takes them to get tagged first, and then you go like, awesome, here's the guide. More info, again, tagged first, and then you give them more info. No thanks, you can just take them to this message which says, no thank you. Anytime you create something like this, always go back and check if the flow ever stops or the flow ever breaks. So once they come here, they get 3 options. Either they click on show me now, and then they end up here. And then after this point, I'll show you what to do, but they end up here. Or they click more info, they end up here, and then they either end up here or there. So here, we might have a problem. If they end up there, and we continue the flow up here, then they will never get the messages after this one. So I'll show you what to do. And then if they don't click anywhere, it doesn't end here. It goes 5 hours later. If they never replied, they get this message. If they did reply, they get nothing because they're right here. They get this message, which takes them again to that flow where we're guaranteeing that they go to the next step. Except for this part, so I'll show you what to do with this part. So now you want to ask them for a review. You've given them 2 things that they've enjoyed. You've improved their lives with these 2 things. Now, if you ask them for a review, they almost feel guilty not to leave it because they're like, these people have helped me so much. I'd love to do whatever it is to help them back. So let's say they all ended up here, which in fact they did not all. It's either they ended up here or here, and I'll show you what to do. If they all ended up here, you continue another step, choose next step, smart delay again. Wait, let's say 4 days, give them some space. And then again, make sure that it's during the day. And then you want to ask them for the review. I have 2 ways that I can ask them to leave a review, and I'm not sure which one works best, which is why what you can do here is you can create something called a randomizer, and then you can put both ways, and then you can see where customers actually click and which one works best. So this, what it does here is it sends half the customers one route and half the others to another route. You can change the percentages, but I like 50-50 for this case. But first, before we send them the 2 ways to ask them for a review, as I said before, if they get to this point, they get the review. But let's say they get to this point. Do you still want to ask them for a review? Or let's say they get to this point and they don't click anything. Do you still want to ask them for a review? If your answer is yes, then at the end of each one of these, you would add another step with another smart delay, with another condition that says if something, then send them that. I don't want to get into it just to not make it too confusing, but my point is make sure that every customer gets whatever you want wherever they end up. So the two ways to ask for a review. The first way is a very simple one. You can send them just a message and it can just be like, hey Samer, I'd love to hear about your experience with your Onnit kettlebells. How do you like them so far? If anyone from Onnit is watching this and you want to hire me to do your flows, let me know. Here we give them three options. I like them, let's say with a heart, or maybe not a heart, maybe someone's not that, excited. I like them, haven't used them, in case someone just hasn't used them yet, and I don't like them. This way, instead of directly sending them to Amazon to review, whoever doesn't like them, you can address the issue first. If they do like them, you send them a message that says, awesome to hear, would you mind taking a few seconds to leave a review on Amazon? We would truly appreciate it. Click the stars below and leave your honest feedback here. So right here, again, if I go to that emoji thing that I have, look up star, whichever one that you want. Let's say this one looks more like an Amazon star. So what's that, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. And then open website. And then here you would put your review URL, which usually looks something like this. You can copy it if you want, or I'll put it in the description below. And where it says ASIN, that would be your ASIN. So if it was this product, that's the ASIN right here. Boom. I'm telling you, Onnit, this whole system is ready for you to get reviews. Just let me know and I'll sell it to you. Again, definitely tag them here that they reviewed on Amazon, because later we can ask them again, but we don't want to ask the ones that did review. They'd be annoyed and they might change their review. So reviewed on Amazon. Haven't used them yet. You can go like, no worries. Let us know if you ever need anything. I don't like them. Then you can send them a message. But instead of a message, you can have it be as a user input. Why? Because, sorry to hear this. Let's say, would you mind telling us what went wrong and how we can improve your experience? And then here they can write something. And if they do, then you can click here and then click on notify admins. What this does is, if you click on it, it notifies me, Samer Brax, in Messenger and email. You can remove whichever one you want or don't want. And it tells me that someone wrote something here and I need to go give it some attention. You can also have your VA be, if you've hired someone to do customer service, then they can get notified, not you. And then here you can actually save the response into a custom field name. You can call it something like customer complaints. And then in the future, you can open them up and then you can see how to improve your product. So if a lot of people are complaining about the same thing, you can either add it to your product to solve it, or you can add it as a guide. Just like I said, if everyone here is complaining about back pain, then you'd give them a guide about back pain before they even use the product. So this is pretty important to store somewhere. All right, so that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is, again, from that seller tools page that I found. At the bottom, they have something called an automated review capture. And I really liked it. I'm gonna start using it soon. And look at how they've done it. So the review here, looks like you received your order. How would you rate your product and overall experience so far? They actually have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 stars. And all of them are options to click. And then let's say they go on 5, they click on 5 stars. Then they send them the Amazon link. They click on 4. Is there anything we can do to improve your experience? Yes, no. If no, then they let them leave a review on Amazon, which is fine, I guess. If yes, then it triggers someone to go respond to them. And then, sorry to hear that. We want to make your experience right. I've let a team member know that your order wasn't perfect, and a member of our team will be reaching out to make it right. So yeah, like I said, you get notified and then you can message them. For stars 3, 2, and 1, instead of messaging them this, they directly notify you and directly send them this. So they don't want to give them an option to leave a review on Amazon, and they just send it straight to someone to talk to them. Because obviously 3 stars are not good, 2 stars are horrible, and 1 star really sucks. So that's something that I'm going to be implementing as well. And again, this is the same link that I showed you before. It's just Seller.Tools Automation Toolkit. And I'm not sponsored by them. They don't even know that I'm doing this. It's just something that I found that I'm going to be using myself. And that whole flow that I showed you here, that would go right here. So The other half of the customers would get that whole flow. And then you can see which one gets you the best results. And after, let's say, a few hundred customers that go through this, or maybe a few thousand to get a better estimation, then you can remove the one that does worse than the other. So I'm not going to do it. You guys can just copy that link. So if you're in the Facebook group, I talked about how in this video I want to show you how to get ManyChat subscribers, emails, reviews, Instagram followers, Facebook group members, and grow a pixel. So far I've showed you how to get ManyChat subscribers, obviously, getting emails, growing your pixel on the landing pages, and getting reviews. Let me show you how you can actually get Instagram followers and Facebook group members after this step. So after you've asked them for a review, from this point, you click on continue to another step and a smart delay of, let's say, 4 days or 3 days, whatever. And again, you want to check that if the customer ends up here, they still get that message. If they end up here or here or here, they still get that message because it goes from this card. So 4 days later, I would recreate the same exact flow or the same exact idea of giving them value, giving them another type of sort of value, and then asking them for a review again. But this time, instead of giving them PDFs or, the landing page that we had, I would give them some sort of value from the Instagram page and then some sort of value from the Facebook group. So from the brand Instagram page that you already have, make sure to post something that's, obviously make sure you're posting value there. So make sure to find a post that a lot of people enjoy and that a lot of people are actually finding it useful for the product. And to do that, I went to Onnit's Instagram page and I found this video. So this is just a guy doing workouts, not even with the kettlebell, with this one. This one he's using the kettlebell. So it's both. It's not like buy our product, buy our product, buy our product. It's more like this is how you get what you want, which is a nice body. And look, it's very specific. 5 rounds of 10 get-ups, 10 whatever. So it's something super valuable. The customer would see this and they go like, okay, I want to try this. So take that link from your Instagram post and then you would put it just as if you're doing it here. Show me now, and then you put that link. And then again, a few days later, and you can do the whole retargeting thing again. A few days later, you find something in the Facebook group that's useful. So they have a Facebook group on Onnit Tribe, and if you're growing a Facebook group, then obviously give value there. But what's even better is if you can find what someone else posted that's valuable. So I found this. Michael posted his workout with the kettlebells. And if you want to copy this post, you need to click right here on the date. And then it shows you this link, and that's the link to send them. Otherwise, you can't send them the actual post. And then you take that link, again, you do this whole thing, show me how, link, retarget if they don't get it, give them more information if they want more information. The only difference here is once you're giving them the Instagram link and the Facebook link, you can go like, this is our Instagram page, feel free to follow us for more tips like this. Or this is our Facebook group, feel free to join to get more tips like this. After you've done that, you can ask them again for a review. And that time, you would add one of those conditions. And then you can add the condition, tag, let's say reviewed on Amazon. If yes, then do nothing. If no, then start a whole new one of those. So start a whole new review ask. So once you're done with that, the way that it would look is they get the first message with the first sort of value. And then they get something else that's useful for them. And then you ask them for a review. You can test it in 2 different ways. And then you can give them something else that's useful, but that's on your Instagram page so that you can invite them there. And then you can give them something else that's useful on the Facebook group so that you can invite them there. And the reason I do that, it's because I never like to tell someone to go follow us for no reason. Or I never go like, hey, join our Facebook group because it's awesome. You give them the reason and then they will join. So you give them what's inside the group that's awesome for them, and then they'll decide on their own that they want to join. And then after you've done that, whoever did not review the first time, you can ask them again. And I've seen this work so well for me. I've gained Instagram followers, I've grown the group, and most importantly, I've gotten a lot of reviews from it. If you go here, once you've launched it, you can see how many people clicked on the review button. And I've seen people click on this one and on the latter one. So if they don't review here, they will review there. especially if you give them a lot of value. So once you're done with the whole flow, you click on widgets. This is the growth tool that we just did. You can rename it. You can click here, rename it right here to thank you card. And then you click on messenger code. And if you ever want to edit the flow, you click right here and you edit it. Click on messenger code. And this is exactly what you would put on your thank you card. This would usually have your own brand name because this ManyChat account is for my personal page, but it would have your brand image, not name. You would download the code image and you would put it on your thank you card. Now make sure to click on active, otherwise it's not gonna work. And make sure to test it yourself. So scan it yourself and then see if everything makes sense. And one last thing that I wanna show you is, I actually got this from one of our customers. She went through the whole thing. So as you can see here, leave your honest feedback right here. She clicked and she submitted it. And I was like, thank you so much. I personally typed this myself. And if you don't want to do it, you can hire someone to do it for you. And I was like, let me know if you ever need any help with your product or anything else. And then she left me this comment, which honestly pretty much made my day. Like, it's so nice to see that people appreciate the hard work that you're doing, and to see that creating all of this, which this is only half of it, and spending all that time on this actually gets you some nice results and people appreciate it. So it's pretty cool to see. Again, on it, if you need help with reviews, let me know, I can sell you this. Guys, this is the first time in a while that I've done a step-by-step tutorial like this, and it honestly took me a lot of time to do it. Please leave a comment and let me know that you want more tutorials like this, and click a thumbs up. And if you don't, let me know so that I don't keep doing them. And make sure to subscribe and click on the bell if you want to see that landing page video and the email automation video. I'll do them soon. And if you want to see how I get reviews from within Amazon, then click right here to watch how I use Feedback Quiz to automate my Amazon emails and get reviews from there. So click right here to watch it. Enjoy, and I'll see you there. Peace. This way, again, I prevent negative reviews and I don't ask for any reviews. And the third one is where I ask for a review in the most neutral way possible. So I don't even mention the words like